Hello, this is the lecture number 7 for the chapter Continuity and Differentiability, and the last lecture we're discussing the exercise 5.3. Let us take some more questions of this exercise. And then question number 5, again this is an implicit function because we cannot express x in terms of y and y in terms of x, though it is an implicit function. We differentiate as it is. So for the derivative of x square is 2x, and x into y we can use the product rule. So product rule you know very well, that is derivative of, first of all, differentiate x which is equal to y which is equal to 1 multiply with second function plus derivative of y which is equal to dy dx and multiply by x. So we have used the product rule. X derivative of x multiply with y, derivative of y multiply with x. Now derivative of y square is 2y, we put dy dx with it because whenever we differentiate y we multiply with dy dx because it means that we are differentiating y with respect to x. So we are getting dy dx 2 times. So take 2 dy dx common in this term and this term. We are getting x and 2y, and take the remaining term to the right hand side, minus 2x minus y. So dy dx is equal to minus 2x minus y upon x plus 2y. Similarly, again, this is an implicit function. We have how many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to use the product rule in these two terms. Now the derivative of 3x square is x cube is 3x square, and you use the product rule here. So first of all differentiate y which is equal to d by dx, then differentiate x square which is equal to 2x, and this is the product rule. Similarly here you multiply differentiate y square which is equal to 2y, d by dx we have to put it here, and x as it is, plus derivative of x is equal to 1 and y square. Y cube derivative is 3y square, and you have to multiply with dy dx because we are differentiating y with respect to x. And we have how many times dy dx? 1, 2, 3. So you take dy dx common, so it will be x square 2xy plus 3y square, and take the remaining terms to the right hand side and you will get the dy dx. Again, question number 7, see it very carefully. It is sine square y, which is a composite function. So first of all we differentiate power, then sine. So derivative of power is 2 sine y, and derivative of sine y will be equal to cos y. So 2 sine y into cos y dy dx we have to put because we have differentiated y with respect to x. And see it very carefully, it is again a composite function. First of all differentiate cos which is equal to minus sine, and multiply with the derivative of x into y, which is, we can do it by the product rule. And the product rule differentiation of x into y we have already done in the above questions. So first of all differentiate x, then differentiate y, and whenever you are differentiating y you have to multiply with the dy dx. So we are getting dy dx how many times? 2 times, 1 here, 1 here. 2 sine y cos y we can write sine 2y. So you take dy dx common in this term and in this term. This into this, open the bracket, this into this, open the bracket. So you take dy dx common in these two. So it will be equal to sine 2y minus x sine xy, and take this term to the right hand side. So dy dx will be equal to this upon this. Again this question, again question number 8. Again it is a composite function. First of all differentiate power, then cos x, differentiate power, then cos y. And derivative of 1 will be equal to 0. So 2 cos x, first of all differentiate power, then cos x derivative is minus sine x. 2 cos y differentiate first of all the power, and cos x derivative is minus sine y, and you have to write dy dx also here. Again I am repeating many times, whenever you are differentiating y you have to multiply with the dy dx because it means that we have differentiated y with respect to x. Now this is the formula for sine 2x, this is the formula for sine 2y. So dy dx you easily find it, take the right hand side divided by this. This is a composite function, implicit function derivatives. Now after that we have to simplify, differentiate the derivative, or you have to find the derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Now whenever you have to differentiate the inverse trigonometric functions, first of all try to simplify it. First of all try to simplify this as you have done in your inverse trigonometric function chapter. In the chapter number 2 you have done inverse trigonometric function, and you have simplified there. So y sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. So first of all we try to simplify it. So if we let x is equal to 10x, so what you are getting? Sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus 10x square. Why we have let it? Because this is a formula for sine 2 theta, and you know that sine inverse sine theta is equal to theta. Sine inverse sine 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. Now we have to differentiate. The question is terms of x, and we are getting theta. So you replace theta by x So what is theta here? Tan inverse x. The value of theta is equal to tan inverse x is equal to theta. You put it here. Now you can differentiate. You have to only differentiate tan inverse x, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. So whenever you are getting inverse trigonometric function, try to simplify it by letting something, or you are getting some formula. You know that this is equal to 2 tan inverse x. You can do it directly. Also, if it is very less mark question, if it is a 1 mark question on MCQ, you can directly write 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus, because you learn this formula. You have learned in inverse trigonometric function that 2 tan inverse x is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. Or rather, you can do it like this also. Now in question number 10, again, if you see it very carefully, it is tan inverse 3x upon x cube upon 1 minus 3x square. Now it is a 3 tan inverse x formula, if you know it, if you have done it very deeply there. Or otherwise you can do it, you put x equal to tan theta here, so it will be 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta upon 1 minus 3 tan square theta, which is equal to tan 3 theta formula. This is a tan, and tan inverse tan 3 theta is equal to 3 theta, and theta from here, it is tan inverse x, as we have done in the last question. Theta is equal to tan inverse x. Now you can differentiate, divide x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. See it, question number 11, cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. You know this formula in the tan inverse trigonometric function is equal to 2 tan inverse x. And you can prove like this also. You put x is equal to tan theta, it is equal to 1 minus tan square upon 1 plus tan square. And this is a formula for cos 2 theta. Cos inverse cos 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. And theta is again from here, tan inverse x. Now differentiate it. Tan inverse x ka derivative 1 upon 1 plus x square. Similarly, in the question number 12, in place of cos inverse, we have sin inverse. Koi baat nahi, let x is equal to tan theta. Again, this is equal to cos 2 theta. Here we have cos 2 theta, but here we have sin inverse. So they should be same. So you convert this cos into sin. So for cos 2 theta, you can write sin 90 minus 2 theta, because sin inverse sin theta is equal to theta. Because sin inverse sin theta is equal to theta, that is why I have converted this cos 2 theta into sin theta. So 90 minus 2 theta, replace the theta by again tan inverse x, and now differentiate. Derivative of 90, it is constant, it equal to 0. Tan inverse derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. This. So again I am saying that whenever you have to differentiate the inverse trigonometric function derivative, you should first of all simplify it. Again we have y is equal to cos inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square. So if we let x is equal to tan theta, and this comes out to be sin 2 theta formula. Sin 2 theta, but again we have cos inverse as we have done this here. This cos tha, sin inverse mein we have converted. Similarly here, cos inverse, it is sin 2 theta, and cos inverse should be cos theta here. So you convert sin theta into cos. So cos 90 minus 2 theta will be equal to sin theta, and cos inverse cos theta is equal to theta. This is cancelled out. So 90 minus 2 theta, theta is equal to how much? We have done is already, theta is equal to tan inverse x. Differentiate it, 1 upon 1 plus x square, derivative of 90 is 0, because it is constant. Similarly, question number 14, sin inverse 2x upon under root 1 minus x square. If you let x is equal to sin or cos theta, you will get simplify this sin inverse. So here I have taken x is equal to sin theta. So sin inverse 2 sin theta under root 1 minus sin square theta. In place of x, I have let sin theta. So sin theta under root 1 minus sin square means cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin theta. Oh sorry, so 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. So sin inverse sin 2 theta, and replace theta by sin inverse x. So derivative of sin inverse is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Similarly, in the question number 15, we have sec inverse 1 upon 2 x square minus 1. For sec inverse, we should have sec here, and for sec, we should have cos here. So 1 upon cos will be equal to sec. So we try to bring the cos here. So let x is equal to cos theta. So 2 cos square theta minus 1 is equal to cos 2 theta. 2 cos square theta minus 1 is equal to cos theta. 1 upon cos 2 theta is equal to sec theta. 1 upon cos 2 theta is equal to sec. So sec inverse sec theta is equal to theta. Theta we have let it here. Cos inverse x. Theta is cos inverse x. Now you know the derivative of cos inverse x. minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So this is the concept of implicit functions and derivative of inverse trigonometric functions. Whenever you have to differentiate the inverse trigonometric function, try to simplify them as you have done in your inverse trigonometric chapter number 2 of your book number 1. We'll discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.